Well, hello everybody and welcome to MikeyTaylorGaming, where today we're taking a look into the world of Crash Team Racing glitches for the PlayStation 1. This was one of my favourite games from the past, so I was surprised to see just how many glitches there actually are for this one. Minor glitches, as always, a couple of big ones, and even more common recently, a game-breaking glitch. So, yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy, and I hope you all enjoy this video. Why not? Enjoy it twice. Let's do this! The first glitch I've got for you guys today can only be done in the PAL version of the game, and it's awesome. But wait a second, American friends, please don't leave. Bear with me and I'll explain why. Crash Team Racing, like most PlayStation 1 games back in the day, was released earlier in the USA than it was over here in Europe. The main reason for different release dates was probably language localization. When you switch on the NTSC version of the game, this is the first screen that you'll see after the intro. It loads up straight into the title screen, so it's pretty basic. When you switch on the PAL version of the game, before you reach the title screen, you'll see these language options when the intro finishes instead. You want to play some CTR in German style? Nah, I think I'll just stick to English. I know English. You see, in the US, the games you play only have English language on the disc, so you don't need to choose one before you play. But in Europe, our games are translated into 5 different languages before release, which is probably why they were released a little bit later over here. Sometimes, the extra time they had to release the game also gave the developers an opportunity to fix some glitches that were missed in the US release, which is no fun for us Europeans most of the time. Fortunately, in Crash Team Racing though, they managed to make a big mistake with the European localization, which led to one huge glitch called the language glitch. You want to try saying that 3 times fast? Language glitch... I can't say it once. Anyways, enough rambling. Let me show you guys what this glitch can do. Start up your PAL version of the game, and when the language screen greets your eyeballs, press either triangle or square, and that's it. From now on, you won't see any letters of the alphabet whilst you're playing, and the reason is the most simple I've had to explain for a while, thankfully. In most PS1 games, the X button or the circle button are to accept, confirm, or say yes in menus basically, while the triangle and square buttons are to cancel or go back. But in this game, the developers didn't disable the triangle or square buttons on the language screen, so pressing either of them lets you cancel out of the selection and onto the title screen without choosing a language at all. And of course, no language means no letters. Anywhere. It affects character selections, options, and even races. Wait a second, what position am I here? I'm 1th? No, that's not right. Hold on a second. 1erd? Ah, screw it, I give up. I'm the winner anyways, so I don't care. Another effect, and probably the most helpful thing with this glitch, is that you won't need to sit through any of the hundreds of cutscenes that this game has to offer anymore. When you activate this glitch, all of the voice acting is deactivated too, so cutscenes will still play, but they don't act anything like they should do, and usually get cut off a lot sooner than usual too. Mr. Roo? Are you okay? Your lips are moving, but you're not actually saying anything. To be honest, you're making a lot more sense than usual, so I'm sure you're fine. I wish I could say the same thing about the rest of the bosses though. The glitch really screws with them. Dr. Cortex has been taking his biological research to a whole new level, it seems. There's no limit to his knowledge, I swear. And if you're looking for an explanation for this part of the glitch, then you'll always be looking in the wrong place, because it seems like no one knows exactly why there are graphical issues in cutscenes. As a bonus glitch for you guys, it's not just the in-game cutscenes that are messed up. It even messes with the intro cutscene if you activate the glitch and just wait until it kicks in, which is weird. Things seem pretty normal at first, but as soon as the camera switches to the inside of Oxide's ship, it'll get stuck at this angle. Forever. I mean, until you skip it anyways. Don't ask why, but I sat and watched this for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and the music really creeped me out after a while. I swear, something about it just gives me the creeps. Now, I suggest you all go out and buy a European PS1 and try this glitch out right now. Or just emulate it, that'd be easier, right? I really don't care. What I do care about are glitches that are just completely unfair. There aren't many in this game, but there is one that'll stop you dead in your tracks. As we all know, if your character falls off the course in Crash Team Racing, they'll be rescued by either Aku Aku if you're playing as a good character, or Uka Uka if you're playing as an evil character. There are, however, 5 tracks in the game where falling off the course will make your helper mask rescue you constantly from absolutely nothing. Yeah, that's cool, thanks for the help, dude, but you're really screwing me over here. As you can see, this is pretty annoying, and it's unfair, but the only time this glitch will happen is if you fall off the track as you cross over the starting line to complete a lap, so it's easy enough to avoid. Just drive like a pro and you'll be fine. The courses you can find this glitch in are Dingo Canyon, Papu's Pyramid, Engine Labs, Coco Park, and Blizzard Bluff. The easiest place to test this one out is in Dingo Canyon. You can just jump right off the stage on your way past the start line and it's as easy as that. Goodbye chances of victory. I hardly knew ye. Even though it always says you're in first place for some reason. For Papu's Pyramid, you just have to jump around the start line banner support, which can be trickier than it sounds, and for the glitch that you're doing, it's not really worth the trouble. But I know it's way too tempting for you guys not to try out for yourselves. In Engine Labs, jump to the right into the acid pit just before you reach the start line and you'll activate it no problem. I'm not even going to ask what kind of acid it is down there. Keeping MikeyTaylorGaming kid safe since 2011, yo! Another version of the glitch can be done in Coco Park by jumping onto the crowd stands at the end of the lap and driving over the top of them. I recommend a helper mask power up in the first place for this one because you need enough speed going over the grass to make it onto the crowd stand, and it can be pretty tricky without one. And the last place that this glitch can be triggered is in the course Blizzard Bluff. If you jump from the snow mound on the right of the icy pond, you can drive over to this tree here to trigger it. I don't know why there's a rescue here, but we can't complain if it's causing us glitches. Although this one isn't helpful, it's still weird that the rescue mask is triggered even when you're not on a kill plane in any of the situations. Like I said, I don't know exactly why this one happens, but I have a feeling it's something to do with the character you're using crossing over into lap 2's space and being rescued when you haven't completed lap 1 yet. Something like that is bound to confuse the game, right? If you guys have any ideas about this, then let me know in the comments below. But before you do, we have more glitches to check out, so hold on and take a look at these 2 that you can try with your friends. In the 2-player mode, head to Crash Cove and have one of the players sit in this position on top of the bridge around the first corner. With the other player, break open crates until you get the amazing homing missile power-up. Once you eventually manage to get your hands on one, move on over to the underside of the bridge and fire your missile towards the ship. If you manage to shoot from the right place, then it'll try to constantly home in on the guy above's position, but since there's nothing for the missiles to crash into, they'll just spin around and around and around and around. You get the point. The missiles in this game only track the X and Y position of the player when they're fired. The depth coordinate Z is ignored, so it'll just spin around the player trying to get the exact X and Y values that that person is sat on. Obviously, they're never going to get hit from down here, so the loop just carries on until the player above moves or until they spontaneously explode, which they do eventually, believe it or not. Alright, so it's not really helpful because you're never going to be likely to be in a setup like this, but I don't know where I'm going with this. There's literally no reason or situation that you'd use this. Just like in the next glitch found in Papu's Pyramid. On this course, you have to get the player in first place onto this tower, which is insanely difficult. In fact, I tried for about 30 minutes to get on here for the first time, but it's all about technique. I swear there is no other way to do it than this. Anyways, once they're in position on top of this tower, none of the homing items in the game will work at all. If the player in second place has a missile, it'll just fire straight forward. Even if they collect the undodgeable warp orb, you can't be hit by it. But unlike the last glitch with the missiles, this one is genuinely undodgeable. You can wait here all day, but it'll just keep going backwards and forwards, waiting for you, knowing it's gonna get you. One false move and you're his. Impending doom. Or we could just die. Ha! Not gonna get me now, Orb. Your plans are foiled. I didn't even feel that. Okay, I know you guys have had enough of these useless glitches by now, and that's why I'm going to show you one more before showing you another game-breaking glitch to help you finish the game in less than 10 minutes. So in this game you have a choice to play an arcade mode with two different types of races, singles or cups. Singles are just as they sound. You can race on one track for 3, 5 or 7 laps, and if you win, then you win. Simple, right? Cups are a little different. You choose a cup with 4 courses and get points based on which position you finish the race. The winner is the person with the most points after all the races are complete. Simple again. In cup races, you don't have an option to change the amount of laps you have to do in each race like you do in singles, so you're limited to just 3 laps. That is, unless you use a really simple menu glitch. Choose to load up a single race and go through all the menus until the game asks you how many laps you want to include. Change the highlighted number from 3 to either 5 or 7 and then go all the way back to the single and cup menu again. This time choose cup and choose all of your preferred options, and when you start the race you'll have to complete laps equal to the number of the highlighted ones you chose in the singles menu. For some reason, instead of the cup race's lap counter being a fixed value of 3, it's directly linked to the lap counter found in the singles menu. Whoa, don't be mad at me. It's a terrible glitch. I did tell you that it was useless to begin with. But I'm about to make it up to you guys. Like I said, the last thing I've got to show you guys today is a game-breaking wrong warp glitch, and it too is a memory value crossover. But this one's got a couple of results that are a lot more helpful and interesting. For the wrong warp or the beat the game quickly glitch in this game, all you have to do is head to battle mode, choose 2 players and then select the Rocky Road Battle Arena. Set up the battle as a life limit mode with player 1 on red team, player 2 on yellow team, and finally change the weapon drops to potions only and you're all set to glitch. Now, what you have to do is have player 1 win the match 19 times in a row, so grab player 2's controller, collect a potion, use it on yourself 3 times, and when prompted, select retry. I know that sounds strange and pretty boring, but trust me, when you're finishing the game in a couple of minutes instead of taking a few hours, you'll be grateful, I swear. Just gonna fade over to the end of this win streak, and there we go, 19 times in a row. On the 19th and final win, instead of choosing retry, this time choose to change setup to be taken back to the battle menu, then just select start battle again. Instead of being taken back to the battle arena we were just in, you'll be warped all the way to the end credits. Whoop whoop! This is an official speedrun category too, so every single one of you can try to get on the leaderboards if you can get a technique for losing as fast as possible. The reason this glitch happens is all to do with memory values, as always with this kind of glitch. The most famous of all being in Ocarina of Time, of course, which I might cover someday, if I can get my head around the wrong warp in that game. Why do I have to choose to explain things on this channel? Anyways, the details. The setup of player 1 on red team and player 2 on yellow team increases the course location memory by 1 every single time that player 1 wins. When we chose to play on the Rocky Road stage, the value is set at 23, as it's the 23rd course in the location memory. The any percent ending is found in location 42, so let's work it out. If you're in location 23 and need to get to location 42, that's 19, right? So player 1 has to win 19 times. Pretty simple really, and it doesn't end there. If you thought that was a cool way to use the wrong warp glitch, you'll be happy to know it isn't just used for warping to the credits. You can use it to warp to a ton of different random locations just by having player 1 win a different number of times. Here's a list of a few values for each track, and you can see Rocky Road right here at number 23. We just have to count down the list and use the glitch to load into any of the locations that we want to visit. Like if we use the glitch and get player 1 to win twice on Rocky Road, you're taken to Gemstone Valley, but it's a little screwed up if you don't have a save loaded whilst you've been playing. Aku will talk to you as if it's the first time you've ever played in adventure mode, and all of the levels will be locked because you're treated as if you just started too. So it's kinda pointless being in this location right now, but you can drive back to the start of the game and play through like normal if you want to by driving backwards through the one-way collision doors. Well, you could finish the game using this method if all of the levels loaded properly. Unfortunately, loading some of them causes the game to crash. Ah, get it? Crash? Crash Bandicoot? That's not funny. There is a way to kind of get around this though. All you have to do is load a 101% completed save file before using the wrong warp glitch. That way when you're taken to adventure mode, everything will be unlocked for you to enter, so you can try each level to find out which ones work properly and which ones don't. And one more thing, if you haven't already noticed by now, I'm playing as Pinstripe in adventure mode, which isn't normally possible. Using the wrong warp glitch you can get any battle character into adventure mode, which is awesome. Let's have a Pinstripe versus Pinstripe race. I'm not sure this is right. Where's the other Pinstripe? Just another effect of the glitch, I'm afraid. All boss battles will act like this, with no boost gauge in the bottom corner, a number 3 in the top corner, which I discovered is actually your battle hit points, and finishing the race takes you to a battle style menu instead of back to adventure mode. It'll screw up some graphics and it'll also screw up the menus from here too, which is kinda weird. I decided to play around a little and see if there was anything else you could do from these glitchy menus, so I tried out a one-player singles race in arcade mode, and things started to get a little strange. It turns out that going into the Oxide boss stage has changed a few values, making Crash act like Oxide. Wow, I really didn't expect that one. I could only pick up potions still too, which doesn't really matter too much because I'm too pro for this guy. So it looks like everything is being carried between modes now that this glitch has been activated, leading to some crazy things. I'm not going to try out every possibility for this video, but you guys can have some fun by trying some out for yourselves. It looks like there could be hundreds of possibilities with this one, so just enjoy them. And with that guys, I'm sorry to say we've come to the end of today's Glitch Picnic. It's been a while since any PS1 games have been covered, but hopefully you'll see more of them soon, because they're awesome. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching, and let's get ready for the end card. Oh, and don't forget, I love you all. Mwah. Well, there you go, that was the Crash Team Racing Glitch Picnic, and to be honest, with this being one of my favourite games from the past, I didn't think there'd be much to find in terms of glitches, but man, was I wrong. There was tons to check out, and even a wrong warp, which is crazy. Anyways guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to check out some other stuff that can be found on the channel, then why not take a look at the last episode found in the left hand box here, the Sonic Adventure 2 Glitch Picnic. In the right hand box you'll find the Simpsons Hit and Run Glitch Picnic, which is another amazing classic from the GameCube, PS2 and original Xbox. It's also a slight collaboration with Andy from A+Start, and I have to say, the most cringy intro of any video in the world, but the glitches are awesome, so go go go! Thanks for watching as always guys, and I'll be sure to see you all in the next video. And again, don't forget, I love you all. Mwah.